Hunter x Hunter fans, hey! There's always some Hunter x Hunter news lately, which is kind of crazy, yo. Tagashi really switched it up. Dog went from my back hurts, don't call my phone, to I'm here now, baby. Yo, I'm tweeting. I've got project after project, my lord, and now, and suddenly a fluent Japanese man has a British accent. Yeah. But in all seriousness, we got two pieces of Hunter x Hunter news. For starters, we got some Hunter x Hunter live act. No. Imagine a Hunter x Hunter. I don't think Tagashi would let a Hunter x Hunter live action go down. But no, we got a stage play that was indeed announced, which is always interesting to see. Like, well, how do they imagine a live action, so to speak? Stage plays are a little different. It says Hunter x Hunter stage play KV. And I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look good at all. But usually, here's the thing. I notice when they put the bells and whistles and all of the, after effects on the poster, it's usually to cover up something. It's like, yo, make it look really cool. And then when you get there, they're in like $5 costumes. This one, I'll be honest with you, it looks very cheap. But I feel like it's because they're confident that Hunter x Hunter itself and these performers and the scripts that they put together will give a great performance. Maybe they already tried them or something, because other than that, I can't think of, like, Gon's costume looks like he bought it off of Amazon and it was like a cheap ripoff from like China or somewhere. Likewise with Kurapika, dog, that looks like a table mat is wrapped around his, like, what is that, dog? This is horrible. I'm gonna just keep it real. This looks terrible. But again, I feel like once you get there, it would be a cool experience, except we probably never will, because this will probably be a Japan only thing. And while we're in the ballpark of Hunter x Hunter, as I said, there was a couple of pieces of news. First, that really bad looking live action stage play. Why I gotta say live action stage play? It's a stage play. I don't know. Well, there was maybe anime about stage plays, but yeah. Because we got another comment from the Hunter x Hunter world. I gotta say world because it's not Tagashi, baby. Tagashi, you catch him on Twitter. In the author comments, you get staff member Tanehana. Yoshihiro Tagashi's author comment from Weekly Shonen Jump number 3. Staff member Tanehana here. When we decided on the specifics of the content of that page, I felt extremely uncomfortable. Whoa, hold on. Tanehana feeling extremely uncomfortable. Yo, Tagashi, what you doing in that No. Again, let's double back. Staff member Tanehana here. When we decided on the specifics of the content of that page, I felt extremely uncomfortable. And I'm guessing that maybe there was a controversial page that happened recently. I'm not caught up on Hunter x Hunter. I'm a little bit behind. But maybe that's what Tanehana was referring to. And yo, I'll keep it real with you though. Tanehana, you're giving us a little bit more insight into the manga world than Tagashi pretty much damn near ever has. Like, you're actually talking about your experience with, the drawing pages and stuff like that. Tagashi usually gives you experiences of the doctor visits. So shout outs to Tanehana. Honestly, might have been a great decision. In fact, hey, Tagashi, getting people to help you has been beneficial. You've even gotten a lot of assistance to, help out. If you really needed more help to keep the manga straight up serialized every week, none of us would be mad, especially considering the fact that you've been holding out on us with 30 chapters written for 4 years, dog. Like, stop playing, Tagashi, please. Yeah, staff member Tanehana was extremely uncomfortable on the specifics of content regarding a certain page. Let me know if you know what the page is. Don't tell me what it is, though, please. I'm a little bit behind, just a little smidge. Okay, people, and the final stage of Jump Festa 2023 for day 1, December 17th, was the My Hero Academia stage. And I'll keep it honest with you, of all of the stages I saw of the first night, My Hero Academia definitely had the worst stage. There was nothing major announced of relevancy to you watching. It was mainly just the cast talking about some of their favorite moments, which was okay. But in terms of news and announcements for My Hero, like a movie or a trailer for the next core, which technically would be a little early to do that, so maybe that couldn't have happened. But just in general, there wasn't much shaking for this one, other than the ending where we got a letter from Kohei Horikoshi speaking about the series ending. Because remember, it was this time last year that Kohei Horikoshi said, dog, by this time next year, I won't be in this chair, fam. Salute, My Hero over. And here we are. And basically, he explained that he was too optimistic, which you could throw the argument for a couple of different things. Cough, cough, Boruto's time skip. Like, maybe he was just too optimistic of, like, things would line up perfectly, and he probably wants to go out on a more positive note, because as it stands right now, My Hero Academia, both anime and manga, have been getting a lot of hate. Definitely more so the manga lately, and he probably wants to turn things around and still has a lot of plot twists and plot threads to take care of before he bounces out. But that also means realistically that the series could end at any time, because if he was planning on ending it by now, okay, how long, how much of a optimistic person is he? Is it years away? Because I think we're 8 years into My Hero Academia now. Are they gonna try and stretch it out till My Hero ends with its 10th anniversary? That would be crazy if they did it. But yeah, honestly, Jump Festa, My Hero Academia. Oh, and Horikoshi has nightmares that he gets canceled in Shonen Jump, that because of Barrage Sensei no Boge getting canceled, he looks back and he be having these nightmares that his editor hits him up and says, yo, you gotta end it in 3 months, dog. It's over. You're out of here. And he's like, thankfully, y'all still got my back. But it was a bust. I ain't gonna lie. Everything, Black Clover was amazing. Jujutsu Kaisen was amazing. Boruto was it was good. It was a decent one. This one, it was like, yeah, Horikoshi said, my bad, and shrugged his shoulders, and it'll end when it ends at this point, I guess. But there you go. Bonus episode. Hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe and hit that bell if you did. I'm just saying. Akira Toriyama fans of the man himself, Dragon Ball's icon, the creator and author of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, all of that good stuff. Well, he doesn't do Super. I think he collaborates with Toyotaro for Super in particular. But, he's that guy. You know his name. Well, he's done other stuff besides Dragon Ball. In last week's episode of FORNEVER News, for example, we spoke about the fact that, yeah, he had this series called Sandland, and there was apparently a big project that they were announcing for Sandland. It was I believe a one-shot manga that had one full volume of content. Don't quote me on that. It might have been 3, but I'm pretty sure it was just one volume. Again, it could have been a few, but either way, it was a short story, very enjoyable. I read it way back in the day and whatnot, and seeing Sandland with a new project, a lot of us was like, okay, well, what are they going to do? It's not super long, so it's not like they're going to be able to, unless it has original content, stretch it to a full-length anime. How are they gonna approach this? Well, there is some type of anime coming for Sandland apparently, because this week's news is confirming Sandland, yeah. According to leaks, Sandland by Akira Toriyama is getting an anime adaptation. Again, in what form? I have no idea other than a movie. It gotta be a movie, right? It can't be a TV anime. It wasn't that long. Pause. Sandland anime adaptation will be a collaboration production by Sunrise, Kamikaze Doga, and Anima. The adaptation is scheduled to premiere in 2023. Wow, Sunrise. I think of Sunrise, I think of 2 different things. I think of Gintama and Mechs. I'm not gonna lie. And I know Kamikaze Doga, but I can't really recall exactly what they do. But Sunrise for sure, I know that they do Gintama and Gundam. So maybe Sandland could be a 3D CG adaptation, considering the fact that despite them having humanoid forms, they're still technically creatures and whatnot. So I wouldn't be surprised if the first, I was going to say the first Toriyama 3D CG. I forgot about Dragon Ball Superhero. But considering also the 3D CG worked for Dragon Ball Superhero in terms of sales revenue and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, Akira Toriyama, creator of Dragon Ball, new movie, 3D CG, like we did Superhero. You love Superhero, right? This is going to be really awesome. And I don't know. People fell in love with a lot of stuff from Superhero because they already loved Dragon Ball. This is a different territory, because Sandland, some people I'm sure read Sandland at some given point. I've never seen a cult following of we need more Sandland on some Invader Zim type of shit. I've never seen it. So to see this come out of nowhere, it's okay, this is probably all according to the Dragon Ball room that they created years ago. It's okay, well, how about we let Dragon Ball relax, because we got all ththese projects, and hey, how about we do a Toriyama Sandland thing? And Toriyama was does that require me to do anything else? And they were you gotta draw a couple chibi characters. It was anything else? And they were well, we gotta give you this check, you gotta sign it. Sandland anime confirmed. In all seriousness though, this is refreshing, because Toriyama, his name is always unanimously synonymous with Dragon Ball. There's a small section that they'll acknowledge, hey, and Dr. Slump 2, those are the 2 only works that you can really ever put Toriyama I guess you could say, attributed to. Nobody ever really talks about the other stuff like Kawa or Kentoki or Sandland. So to see one of these getting an anime adaptation, you're probably gonna see more closer, if you're a Dragon Ball fan especially, to Toriyama's true nature. And what I mean by that is, he's a funny dude, dog. Like Dr. Slump, if you ever watch it, is not Dragon Ball by any stretch of the imagination. It's like poopy jokes and silliness and zaniness, which Dragon Ball had jokes in the beginning too. You know what I'm saying? I don't think during the Perfect Cell saga there was much humor.